end. Okay.
Oh yeah, because I have to do that. Sorry guys. I fucked up. Fuck. Where's my camera? There we go. Hi.
Oh, you got Star with you. That's
What is
exciting.
on
You
your
got Star with
shoulder?
me. Whoops. Yeah, we screwed up. Let's just screw this cold open and go to the intro. Hey, welcome to the podcast.
The podcast. So this episode just starts with you going F F F. Okay, the opening.
Yeah.
That was your first instinct after hitting the record button, just because we're like
100%.
10 minutes. We're only 10
Yep.
minute late. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I don't know
Hi,
if we're still
everyone.
doing the points, but I'm thinking that's minus.
Minus 2 points.
I just feel like these past like 20 minutes have been like an absolute chaos for us.
We
So I
were
thought
getting a
this might be
presentation together.
Yeah,
which, I mean,
yeah.
It's how like it would go like in school and stuff like that. It's really no different.
yeah.
We got things in just under the deadline and blah blah blah.
Right.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Capcom Productions podcast. I'm Cameron. I'm
We did
Justin.
good. We
I'm
did
Seb, and I'm Anthony. And we're here to talk to you today about a unicorn. But first, what's everyone been up to? You have 5 seconds to explain. First up is Seb.
Hi, so I spent the last 2 days catering to the European
done. All right,
champions
here's
in
Anthony.
basketball.
That was fantastic.
Wait, what? You were something?
You
with
were
basketball?
he was a basketball, yeah.
I
That's
was, yeah,
Go sports.
I was nice to the European champions in basketball.
That go sports.
Everyone clap. Everyone clap. Everyone clap. Everyone clap.
Go
Everyone
sports! Go sports!
Who were the European champions?
I mean, the finals are playing tonight, I think. So, but for what it's worth, I think it's going to be Real Madrid.
Cool. So the
clap. Is
Spanish.
that how it's pronounced? Wow.
Yeah. How about you, Justin? What's new with you? What have you been up to?
Oh shit! I didn't prepare for this. I just told everyone else to prepare for it.
Ooh, 5 seconds. Go.
5, 4, 3.
I am a little
1,
teacup.
You had it right
I'm a
first
little
time.
teacup. I'm
Teapot.
proud. Here's my handle, and here's my spout.
All right,
if you
Anthony,
put
what's
me
been new
over-
with you? We're just gonna mute everyone else here real quick.
Not to go on a sad note, but my rabbit has been sick, so I've been dealing with that for the past week. Trying to get his tum-tum to feel better. He's hanging in there. I'm taking him to the vet after this, and we'll be updated next week. He's gonna be fine though.
Applause
Because
for
I've been
Rabbit. Applause for Rabbit.
For Cameron the rabbit, not to be confused with Cameron the me.
Yes, Cameron the rabbit. That was a funny text.
Every time.
I thought you were trying
though,
to force
too.
feed Cameron.
every
I got
time, though.
confused.
No, no. Every time I've literally like been on the phone with Cameron and be like, "Yo, Cameron, stop chewing that," and then he'd be like, "What?" I'd be like, "Wrong, Cameron."
This was
happens
before
on
he
a
told
daily
me he
Real
had.
self-centered
but-
of you,
But
Cameron.
the thing was, this was before he told me he had a rabbit named Cameron. So he just say that without explanation and go, "Stop it!" And I
This is
go,
blowing my heckin' mind. How is Stars just chilling on your shoulder like that?
"Do you want the magic to be broken,
Yeah.
Justin?"
No, I guess not.
No,
Okay.
No.
it's magnetic, right?
Yeah. Anthony
Magnets.
ruined the magic. There's a little magnet on the other side.
Sorry.
Of this. Mm.
Plus 1 point for Cameron, minus 5 points for Anthony.
Oh, he's too Gryffindor.
But yeah, I think we already have a hello. Hello.
Hello! Applause for Jacqueline. Applause for Jacqueline. Applause for Jacqueline!
For mothers.
For mothers.
Happy Mother's Day.
That was last week. But
was
we have a
last
movie this week. The Last Unicorn. Thoughts? This I am so off the rails today. I feel like I'm just like we're cutting out the crap. We're just
Okay, well, I mean,
going
we'll
for it.
give the formal
We're
introduction and
just
say,
getting into the bread and the butter.
reminder,
Yeah,
so
it's getting
also,
some meat
we're going to
potatoes.
rewind a little bit and say, this was our Seb recommendation. Everyone applause for Seb for giving the recommendation for the Last Unicorn. Seb, is this a movie that you grew up on, The Last Unicorn?
Well, so the thing is, I think, as I've learned today from someone, it's a much bigger movie in Germany or Europe than it is in the US. And basically, in Germany, it's like, at least it was since I can remember, a movie that's like at least shown like once a year on television. Also, mostly around like Christmas, New Year's, and so they will mostly like show that around like the 25th or something, like just as a filler on some channel, and like they do with the Grinch or something, and then it's like a yearly thing. Like, oh, it's on again, so come on, let's watch it. And as I spoke with a friend of Cameron and mine, she was like, so yeah, it's kind of the thing that you watch as a 6-7-year-old child, and it's the kind of traumatizing thing when you watch as a child, because it's kind of sad, and then there's that dusty tree, and yeah, so it's kind of it's special in its way. And then I also kind of like this movie because without giving too much away from it, but like it's from 1982, and if you think how old Bambi is, and you look at that movie, The Last Unicorn, it looks ancient for when it's made, I feel like.
Yeah.
It looks so old, doesn't it? But that's kind of the charm to it.
It doesn't
But
it doesn't have that Disney budget. I mean,
no, it doesn't.
It like,
but it has that charm, and the soundtrack is just great.
It feels way more 80s than anything else that came out in the 80s.
Kind of psychedelic and everything, and that's what I love about it. Also, I mean, I watched it, I think, like 3 months ago, the last time, like really, and then I watched it yesterday on 2x speed to just get through it again to get a visual feeling. And the soundtrack, I mean, every time a dialogue came on, I put it on normal speed, but like when you just watch the beginning scenes with the soundtrack on double speed, weird thing.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Golly. What do you? How about you, Cameron, as a person who has now just seen the movie and not grown up on it? To my knowledge, actually, that might not be the case. But go on.
No, I did not watch it.
You,
I never seen this movie first time. It was good. It was fun. I think like the big through line of my like critique on it is like it did not have the Disney budget, even though it felt like it was trying to be that Disney movie.
Cameron's Letterboxd review is like, this feels like a cheap 90s movie, to which I'm like, it's the 80s.
Cheap or cheap?
Cheap, like inexpensive.
Yeah.
And so like
the better insult would be the more accurate one. Like, come on.
Like it felt like those like did any of you guys ever watch those like weird Zelda films?
Zelda? Yes. The animated ones?
You know exactly. Yeah, that's what this felt like. The same like choppiness.
I can see that.
And the same like, and I'm watching this going, man, I am watching a movie, I guess. Which is something that I
this is Rankin-Bass. Do we know that? You know, like the famous stop motion, like
this is stop
Rudolph
motion?
movie. Well, no, like they would do the stop motion, like the Santa Claus and Rudolph movies. They did the snow, Frosty the Snowman movie. Like they did things other than Christmas movies also, but like those are the big popular ones, at least here in the States. Like they were a big deal for a long time. I don't think they're doing stuff anymore, to my knowledge. But this is their style. This has always been their little style.
How about you, Justin? How'd you over like before we get into
The Last Unicorn is a movie about a little unicorn who hears from just some rando. I think there must be one unicorn left specifically. And she goes,
almost like the
that
last.
Can't be right. And then everyone around her knows that that's correct, except for her. And then she goes on a little journey to see if she could find if there are more unicorns. And it's a movie that I enjoy well enough when the characters are encountering new scenarios and need to find new solutions, and things are moving. And some points of the movie that's happening, and some points it's not. And that's my little review of The Last Unicorn.
That sounds like someone who hasn't seen the movie, to be fair.
No, I know exactly what Justin means.
I know what he means, but like that's I think that's the vaguest, less least
Wait,
giving
wait,
away
wait,
We
things.
haven't done spoilers yet.
Spoilers yet.
Yeah, I know. I just mean like that's the best we've managed so far to say everything without saying anything.
How about Anthony? How did he like this movie?
I went in with no expectations because I didn't do any research on it,
Always
and
a
it
plus.
was yeah. I went in cold. I did watch it this morning. A little hungover from last night.
Jeez.
Best
And it was
best way to do it.
No, you don't have to be hungover to enjoy movies. It was pretty good. It was different. The animation style did look old, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know,
Plus
the
for movies that
unicorn-
are different. Yay!
Can I?
The unicorn's
can I
going
Oh,
through
movies.
her own journey and self-discovery of who she is.
Should I put on that warning?
You just broke up for me.
Should I just that warning? Yeah. Spoiler time,
Spoiler.
guys. Spoiler time.
Yeah.
We gotta do the transitional little phrase. We're all gonna on 3 say it's spoiler time.
Spoiler
Ready?
ti-
1, 2, 3.
It's
Spoilers.
spoiler time.
It's
Anthony didn't participate. Minus
spoiler
3 points.
time.
A little late, so only minus 1 point.
I did. I
Um,
just said it softly.
Okay.
So late. You
No,
didn't
that
leave.
you're that's true. That was adorable. Plus 5 points for you. Minus 2 points for Cameron for doing it early.
I did exactly what you did.
Oh, but before we did it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I would have given you minus 5 points, but then you redeemed yourself by trying it again. And you know what? It's never too late to right or wrong.
Say
As we
sorry.
learned in The Last Unicorn, that didn't happen. But
Yeah, I was about to say, when
mean-
whose wrong was righted? Maybe the wizard, but like not really.
so to
The
finish
wiz-
my synopsis,
The
now
wizard's
that
an
we're in-
interesting guy. Molly is my favorite
Yeah.
character.
I
love
Molly's, not introduction, but the first time that she's like singing the unicorn, that might be the best scene right there. Where like that an incredible performance,
Yeah.
like that comes just
Yeah.
out of nowhere when she's seeing a unicorn for the first time. It feels so incredibly authentic in that moment. I'm like, I'm feeling
What have
something.
you
Here.
done?
It's a movie that I do have a little bit of trouble feeling engulfed into. But that moment, that hit.
I was talking about this with Justin before the show started. The whole like this isn't a Disney movie aspect really gets me because it feels like it has no depth to it. Like a Disney film at least has some kind of depth.
Ooh,
Yeah, I did say that.
Okay, it's
I
a
felt there was a story and it was the A-level story and there was an A plot and nothing else. No one else really
here's the thing.
changes.
I'm not saying that the movie does an amazing job exploring this, but having an eternal being come out of the movie going, "Oh, I have learned what it feels like to feel regret and mortality in this powerful way that I, as a creature, was never meant to experience." I feel like, and we could talk about how well it executes on her learning this lesson, but that in itself I feel like is a much more fascinating, nuanced little thing to portray than you probably would see in your average younger audience aims movie.
See, I would agree with you on
if you're
that.
comparing it to that like you just were, which I think is a little what's the word I'm looking for? It begins with an R. Not redundant. It's a word that feels like that. It like minimizing, redacted. No, like a.
I don't know what you're talking about, so
No one knows what he's
Redacted.
talking about.
I
you
don't
know
know what you're talking
what?
about either.
I understand what you mean. Just my only thing is like, then you should have set up at the beginning of the movie that the unicorn either should feel regret.
Reductive was the word.
Reductive.
does.
Which I
Then-
said redactive, which is really close.
I don't feel
Go
like
on.
there's any setup to that like plot line at the beginning of the film. Like, and also why? What is the
That's
need?
valid.
What is the need for the unicorn to learn this lesson?
I
right?
don't know.
Like, there's no like reason. Like, she goes into this without needing it, and then comes out of it having it, which is like basically cool. I learned a new. It's like learning a new skill, but like why? No idea. Yes, Sam, please. You're gonna rebut me on this. I can.
Here we go. Here
Well,
we go.
to me, this movie kind of, and that's like where it is like that weird thing that especially when you watch it at a young age, it's like there's things that you don't need to experience, but you experience them anyway, and they'll influence the way you're maybe even not supposed to experience them. So like, but you experience them anyway, and they change you forever. And it's also like, I mean, this movie is Japanese, American, British, and German, at least for the production. And to me, it kind of also feels, I don't actually know if it's East or West Germany who've done the movie, but it kind of has like that anti-capitalist thing as well, because there's that rich person who wants to harvest all the unicorns and keep the beauty for himself, these eternal beings. And there's the last thing that's like spared from this capitalist thing of getting it all for yourself. And in the end, becomes one of the masses and influence and sees all the bad things. And even though it becomes free again from the grab of it, it still like now knows that there's this bad in the world. And because like it's an untainted being that changes and becomes a human. And even though it changes back, and there is somewhat not really a happy ending to it, it knows now what it means to be tainted by bad feelings and bad thoughts.
I say
But, like,
plus 5 points to you for being brave and standing up for this movie. I'll agree that it's kind of like a coming of age little movie. She finds her new adult human woman body and goes, "Oh man, I'm dying now," and that's what we all experience at some point or another. Maybe not in a woman's body form, but like in some form of a body that's dying.
But like the whole movie feels like all of these points are unprovoked by anything else from a greater purpose of the story. You know what I mean? It's like that's what's.
I mean, it is the whole story. But
like it isn't. The movie doesn't start with her going, "Well, I did something to like." It basically starts with, "I need to find the rest of my kind."
Yeah, but Goldilocks. I'm not talking about Puss in Boots here. I'm just talking about the old fairy tale. Goldilocks doesn't go into the little bear house going, "I need to learn about when things are too soft versus too hard." You know what I mean? Like, she just wanted to chill somewhere, and just happened upon a thing. It does have a fairy tale-esque quality to it in that way. Sorry, Cameron. I did kind of interrupt you. I just got excited.
I just like
minus 2 points for me. Go on.
The whole movie feels like as if it's just like not
Minus 2 points.
like there's like a 10 minutes of this movie missing somewhere on the cutting room floor that are like missing. That's what I feel like the whole time. It's like there's an act 1 part where I'm like, I do not know what's going on.
But did you like the butterfly? Because I like the butterfly.
First mention of a movie I know. I know it's a nursery rhyme, but first mention of the Muffin Man.
We'll get to that one later, Sam.
I cracked up when that happened. I was like, that's got to be a Shrek reference without even realizing it's a Shrek reference.
No.
You know that it's a nursery rhyme.
How?
You know that it's an old British nursery rhyme.
No.
Plus 3 points to Anthony for being so
No, I
correct.
did not know that.
It's actually a nursery rhyme warning kids of a serial killer, because don't follow the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man!
Oh.
Wait a second. Is this another Shrek cast?
Actually?
You tricked me into it? Yeah. That's all the Shrek characters are.
All the Shrek characters are not.
You never heard, "Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man"?
I think we've shattered Anthony.
It's an old nursery rhyme. I'll read it to you.
You do realize, Anthony, that the last unicorn came out before Shrek, right?
Well, that's why Anthony said without.
That's what I'm saying. It started the Shrek movement.
But
yeah,
I thought you were memeing when you said that you.
That's why you guys have me on here.
It's a learning experience.
I mean,
that's what the podcast
now
is
I want to say yes,
5 points,
but
to
at
the
the time I
for
wasn't
being educational.
Yes.
What else?
So I think what we're getting here is Seb's the defender. I'm intrigued. Cameron's the hater, and Anthony's the other.
I'm by no means saying it's a high quality movie worth of compared to Disney movies. Like, I'm not saying it's the best movie ever. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying seeing it twice in your life is more than enough.
This movie,
I'm just
made
saying
me
it has
wanna
more
watch
depth than
Ratatouille.
Cameron made it seem.
This movie made me want to watch Ratatouille. That only because I was really thinking about Ratatouille and really wanted to watch it. So I wanted to
Ratatouille
watch
is really good.
an animated
Is
film.
Why are we
anyone
thinking
here
about
like a big?
Ratatouille?
I don't know.
Both
I
have an
wanted to
animal.
watch it.
Anyone here like a big fantasy fan? Because I am not, but I'm curious if this scratched the fantasy itch. Anyone here like a Lord of the Rings or kind of person?
I
Just
not
no, I
100%.
won't
I mean,
respect you
I
if
don't
you
hate
say
it.
yes, but
I think the issue here is like most fantasy like novels or shows have like more depth in their story than this one does.
whoa. Just because you're right doesn't mean you should say it.
I thought that's why we're here, is to give opinions.
This is not the opinion podcast, Cameron. This is the pew 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 podcast.
It could be both opinions and then pew 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 and then opinions again.
That's a good point. 10 points.
What do you guys-
He's the only person I'm giving points to today. I'm not even giving myself.
Yeah, you took 2 points away from you.
I think I took 3. Either
Can
way.
someone please watch all these episodes and keep
Count
a running
the points.
tally as to how many points?
Yeah, once we
Like-
start getting more than like 5 viewers an episode, I think we'll start getting like the dedicated audience who will be interested in doing something like that.
Oof, that's the thing. Hey, you know what? Live we get around like up like 5 to 7, but like
Huh?
we get like 60, 70 views an episode in like the 2-week span.
Who do you think is what? How do you think people are finding it? Do you think people are like being like, "Oh, let's see. I'm gonna type in Puss in Boots: The Last Witch and then hit latest and see, and see what the most recent upload regarding that movie is," or do you think it's people who are like, what has Cameron been up to today? I'm gonna check his
I
little
think
channel.
we don't have time at noon Eastern, 6 p.m. set European Central Time. And
I mean,
watch
I got feed-
or later.
Well, if you're watching this video and you have a YouTube account so you can make a comment, you should make a comment letting us know how you found us so we know how to be found.
Love it.
Guilty?
How are we feeling? Do you have any more comments to say? I don't know what to say, Justin. Like,
I think that it was I think we got to give more points to the wizard because like
Wizard was
magician.
great. Loved him.
I like magic, but there's that one point in which he took his cards out in the middle of like a winter storm. And I'm like, you idiots! -5 points. What was up with that?
There.
I liked seeing the unicorns in the waves because I'm like, wow, that is an incredibly brutal eternal existence.
Also, that was a fun backstory. I do gotta say that backstory was like actually pretty brilliant.
We didn't bring up the Red Bull. The Red Bull looks awesome. That's where all the money went. That looked great. I
That's
love the
true.
Red Bull.
I just love
Wednesday
Red
days.
Bull. If you want to sponsor our podcast, please Red Bull sponsor this podcast.
Plugs for Red Bull, everyone. I've never had them.
Since we're talking about sponsors, Justin, can you point up there your top right-hand corner of your screen the other way? Get that little logo up there. If you would like your logo up there and come support, please come to us to be sponsors of the channel, and we'll put your logo up there instead of ours. And that's my shtick, my spiel. Anyway, I think we should rate that movie. Nailed it. All right. What's
7 points.
Movie.
Oh, 6 points to Anthony.
I was super behind for that one.
I said movie before, Anthony.
Let's make to the party.
All right. What
Extra
does everyone
points.
Yeah,
say?
he definitely
What
did.
does everyone say? Also, I'd like to point out, everyone, Seb and Anthony are not using the Letterboxd accounts for the movies they've been watching.
Oh, this is the
And
part where we
shame
go.
on them.
Boo!
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 Gamer.
And you have them.
Yep.
You
I
can't use
haven't
them.
written a review for this movie because I have seen it a while ago, and I'm not giving critique on rewatches.
But
That's a
you
good
also
point.
didn't comment on Puss in Boots.
Whoa!
Fair play.
The
Well,
only
it's
one that
tough
you
to
have
take our
is Kung Fu
illiterate-
Panda, and the only thing you have on that is that you just put the averages of all of us. So I spit in. I fart in your
I
general
love you for that.
direction. There
That's
you
10
go.
points right there.
I only rate movies I haven't seen based on your reviews.
That's
I only
absolutely.
write reviews when I feel like it. That's
Anyway.
base. That's base.
Okay,
Okay, and
Justin,
Cameron.
yeah.
Cameron. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Cameron. Can you say
Go
that again? Cameron, what? Hello?
rate the movie.
Hello? Oh shoot! So with the full screen. I give it a
Rate the movie. You're at full screen,
points
baby.
All
out
right.
of corn.
So is that
Alright.
a 1?
We don't know. 1 out of 1.
So out of unicorn horns, I'll give this movie a 7.5 out of 10 corns.
Yay!
Unicorns.
Well, I have 3/4, which means I give it a 7.5.
Yay!
And I
Hey,
give it.
same as me.
And I give it a 3 out of 5. So that's 6 out of 10.
Yay!
Yay! So I'm really excited about this because
No
we spent so much time on this.
All right, this is for those wondering why Cameron was swearing at the start of this podcast. You're about to find out. Cameron,
I
load
think I
up
heard that.
the presentation.
So before I open the presentation, basically what we did is we decided that our topic of this week is to look at the past 23 Best Picture nominees and compare them to the Best Animated Feature nominees ever since the category was created, and see if they should have won Best Picture, or at least should have been nominated for Best Picture. So we have a presentation that was created by Anthony and then subsequently assisted by Justin and I. Yay, let's talk about 2002.
I think you guys were very pleased with how it came out.
Yay! These are flipped.
That is
I think I start rating these are in the correct order. Also, Shrek came out in 2001, but maybe it was December.
These both came out 2001. This is the 2002 Oscars. For
okay, that way
So
right.
we're going
Yeah,
by
right. My mistake here.
We're going by the Oscars, and both the
which
movie
was
that
an
won.
incredibly confusing part of putting this presentation together. Thank you, Cameron. Applause for Cameron for confusing us. Yay!
Okay. Anyway,
so imagine these two are flipped, and now can anyone describe to me why A Beautiful Mind is perhaps better than the movie that has existed deeply culturally with us for over 20 years? Go on. I don't know what A Beautiful Mind is.
I do love Beautiful Mind. It's about the guy that made game theory in economics.
Like Matt Pat? In economics.
Wait, game theory like the
Yeah,
YouTube
and
channel?
I mean it.
No, game theory.
No,
like
no,
economic game
not-
theory.
I didn't think it was
Not
that.
not the video game
nerd.
No, the economic
Gotcha.
theory, and he and the guy is schizophrenic, and it's about him like realizing that he's schizophrenic while doing all
Yeah,
these
but
things.
Shrek has a donkey.
And like Russell Crowe's performance in this is absolutely amazing. Lucky for you, I forgot to do this. 2002, and also like A Beautiful Mind won 4 Oscars, including Ron Howard for directing.
Shrek was snubbed for 10 Oscars.
No.
Yeah, and I mean
I can make that argument. Pull up the list. I'll make the argument.
Shrek's also the better family movie. I mean, there wasn't a beautiful mind in a Happy Meal.
As someone who hasn't seen A Beautiful Mind, I'll let y'all fight it out, despite the fact that everyone considers Shrek vitally important.
This is 2002 Oscars.
We have way too many categories to go through to do this bit.
No, I'm not gonna go through all of them. But yeah, A Beautiful Mind won for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Supporting Actress.
Yeah, but Shrek might deserve some of these, but it was never going to be nominated on account of it being animated.
I think that A Beautiful Mind was better than Shrek.
That.
Like as a quality of a movie, I think A Beautiful Mind was better. I think you have a very good point though, Justin, that culturally there's like a big impact that was had on that Shrek had on society.
That specific
more like
argument
memes,
is
though.
why I
It's
don't
not
want to
like-
talk about 2014. So we could skip that one when we get there.
We're not going to.
No.
Then
we're
this,
not going to.
I 100% will go with a Spirited Away on this one.
Yeah.
I haven't
I
been to
won't-
Chicago, so I
I
don't really
agree.
know much about
I
that
do like.
one.
I love
But
Chicago.
Spirited Away is amazing. So
It's okay.
Also, that's wrong.
what's wrong?
What's wrong?
Wait, never mind. I skipped over an Oscars. I don't know why I skipped over an Oscars, but I did. No, because I'm like comparing it with like the page, and the page is like it said that I was a wrong year. Never mind.
Continue.
Also, even
What happened to
Chicago
my
shouldn't have
animation?
won Best Picture because it was up against Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers and The Pianist.
Yeah,
The
but
second
also,
Lord of the Rings is the worst Lord of the Rings.
It
But on
was
the
still
flip side,
better
it's
than
It's not the
Chicago.
worst. It's still bad.
And like
Yeah, I agree.
The
with that.
Pianist is an amazing film.
on the flip side, Spirited Away
It's a
was against Lilo and
classic.
Stitch, which was incredible. So maybe
But the TV show's better than the
Yeah, but
movie.
Spirit Away is
not,
Yeah,
not
keep going.
true. Are you kidding me? The TV show's great. Don't get me wrong, but what?
2004.
Wait,
But the TV show has much more of the scientist guy.
I mean, it's true. That's fair.
Fellowship of the Ring, Finding Nemo.
Well, one
Finding
of
Nemo
them's
should take
Nemo,
Fellowship
and one
of
of
the
them is boring. So I'm gonna go Nemo on this one.
Oh jeez, we have.
Finding
I'm gonna
Nemo
go Nemo on this
is
one,
not
too.
only
it's an icon.
it's arguably one of the best
But
Pixar
so is
movies
the Fellowship of the Ring.
If
Yeah, but like more
Nemo,
people are gonna know
Nemo
Finding
is
Nemo
a
than Fellowship of the Ring.
perfectly crafted movie.
Guys-
I go as far as to say it's one of the best animated movies. Period.
fellas, we'll
And,
we'll,
by,
we'll
and when I
close
say
this.
animated, I say movies in general. So
We'll close this discussion saying that Nemo should have deserved Best Picture with
Yes.
the last screen of the Swedish version of Finding Nemo. And we won't say it because we are PG-friendly podcast, except for Cameron's first 30 seconds.
Yay! Minus 5 points.
Oh, Cameron!
2005 $1 million, and The Incredibles wins on this one.
I don't know
Yeah.
anything about
Yeah.
the $1 Million Baby, but like Finding Nemo, The Incredibles is top of the
Icon.
line. Top of the line.
S tier.
Incredibles 2. We can discuss that for another time.
That's true. Then we have Crash, which was
I
actually
have
a very
opinions.
controversial film
Um,
that year of winning Best Picture.
what is with the poster that was picked for Wallace here on account of
That's a VHS cover if I've ever seen one.
that is
That's a DVD cover.
that's a
excuse you.
DVD.
No, it's
cover
VHS.
For, well, point being
That's-
that's
I was
not,
in a hurry
that's
and I
definitely not
said,
Were
that
Rabbit.
works. Boom, boom, boom.
Were Rabbit's a really good movie.
said
I don't
boom,
know
boom,
much about
boom.
Crash. So I
Also, Like
Yeah, go
this
on.
was the year where Brokeback Mountain was supposed to win. Everyone thought Brokeback Mountain was going to win, and then Crash won in the end. And like, but Wallace and Gromit,
Because not so.
because they changed the way the Oscar voting worked, and so as a result, it kind of screwed everyone up. And so I don't like either of these picks, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I quite like Were Rabbit.
Has it been the same since, or did they change the voting style back?
No, they kept it the same way since. But best animated feature.
I'll give
was...
it. Cameron, you give the pick because I don't know.
Also,
Crash.
like how did Wallace and Gromit lose to Howl's Moving Castle?
You mean how did
and-
it win against?
How did it win against Howl's Moving Castle and Tim Burton's Corpse's Bride?
I haven't seen either of those,
Ooh.
so I don't know.
So like this year is
Those
a
are
joke.
good.
Yeah, exactly. 2007, The Departed versus Happy Feet. The Departed
Congrats
wins every
to
time.
the Departed. I haven't seen it, but it wins.
It's a really good movie.
And I mean, Happy Feet is the original movie when it comes to a lot of happy dancing and song focus in movies. Like, it's what Rio did after, and all the other Disney movies that were so song heavy basically kind of build up on Happy Feet, I feel like.
What?
Isn't that one of the first movies that done it in a way like that?
Are you just talking about musicals in general? Because Disney was doing that for decades before this.
Yeah, no, not musical movies per se,
also-
but like these.
Also,
Shrek ended on
Also-
a big musical dance number. I'm trying to just figure out
Also-
what you're counting here.
And it is basically a movie about dancing penguins. That is not a musical thing.
Okay.
a very very
Like,
different
yeah.
question.
But
How did Happy Feet beat Cars?
What? Okay, yeah, no.
I think Cars is more.
Fuck them birds.
Cars is
I'm
modern.
Cars is fine. It's better
But
than Happy Feet.
It
but,
is better than Happy Feet.
It's
What do you
better than
mean?
Happy Feet, but neither of them were so
Cars is better
amazing
than
that
Happy
I'm
Feet.
good.
Lightning McQueen.
Did we actually ever vote
Ka-chow?
on? Okay, who?
Luigi is not a fan of the Ferrari.
Who thinks
Whatever, we can
Departed?
move forward. We'll all say
Who
Departed.
thinks Departed?
Let's move forward,
Raise your hand if you think Departed should have deserves the win here.
fellas.
Who thinks Happy Feet should have won here? Who is refusing to vote?
I'm for Cars now.
Okay, Cars.
All right,
wins
No
this
Country
one.
for Old Men versus Ratatouille.
I love rats. Yes,
Rat-
I love rats.
There's
Yeah,
also-
go Reds.
Ratatouille,
also-
a junior novel. What happened?
Yeah, this is the book version.
I didn't really
Who's
look
like
when I was
Ratatouille? Come on,
uploading.
let's
I
read
kinda
the
just
book
read.
Here's the
version.
thing. No Country for Old Men, really great film. Absolutely amazing.
It's an
Love it.
instant classic.
But
Ratatouille, better film.
yay, votes for Ratatouille.
Who's for No Country for Old Men? Who's for Ratatouille?
Yay!
Who's
Look what's under my head now.
All right.
All right,
2009. Slumdog Millionaire Wally.
Wall-E.
Oh boy, yeah. Yes.
Wally.
Wall-E.
Wally.
Wally. Wow, that's it. 2010. The Hurt Locker versus Up.
Hurt Locker.
Can someone
I gotta
explain
go.
to me what the Hurt Locker is about or what the German title is? Because I've never heard of that movie.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. It's pretty much
Is it about a
guy
bomb?
in-
Is it about a guy who diffuses bombs in a war
Yeah, pretty much.
scenario?
That's the best way.
I
to
think I've
explain it.
seen parts of it in YouTube Shorts or something. Yeah.
It's good though. I wrote a whole essay on it.
Okay, excuse me. So two things to this. One, Up was nominated for Best Picture that year,
Yes.
and two,
But there were many other movies.
how did Inglourious Bastards not win?
Up.
For best picture for best
Yeah,
animated.
the best.
Honestly, if it was Inglourious Bastards sub, I'd give it to Inglourious Bastards. If it's
Same.
this year, I'd give it to Up.
No, this is the same year. The
Yeah,
nomination for Best Picture was The Hurt Locker, Avatar, The Blind Side, District 9, and Education.
Ooh.
Inglourious Bastards.
I mean, District 9 is a classic.
Precious based on the novel Pushed by
That is a
Sapphire,
classic.
A Serious Man, Up and Up in the Air. How did Inglourious Bastards not win that? That's the true travesty here.
I mean, Avatar was groundbreaking when it came out as well.
Yeah, but it wasn't that like that movie was great, but it wasn't like
We're talking about the blue people thing, right?
yes.
The blue people thing.
So
Up.
anyway,
We got to
Yeah.
roll through these.
Yeah, the blue people thing.
so 2011, The King's Speech, Toy Story 3. I'll be honest with you, Toy Story 3 not the best Toy Story.
Yeah.
Grow
This one,
up.
The King's Speech was great. Not that great, but
Yeah, I mean, it became better over the course of the movie.
Toy Story 3 is perfect, start to finish. Next slide.
But why didn't Inception win Best Picture? That's my real
Yeah,
question.
Toy Story 3 is perfect start to finish.
Inception was the
Ooh,
same year,
Inception's
definitely
good
Inception.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not the best
And it-
Why is
DiCaprio
every
movie.
single category turning into what should have won Best Picture? Look,
Toy-
what is the topic? What is the topic? We can't
Okay,
do this
King's-
every
I'm
single
here for the
round.
King's Speech.
We have way too many of these to get through to just pause for every single one to go, what should have won Best Picture? It's not relevant information.
What is going on with your mic?
Oh, sorry, is my mic being silly?
The Artist versus Rango. I hate both of these.
I don't know.
Both of the Cameron, can we please just say what was up against the movies? Because like I feel both of them didn't deserve it.
I agree.
I don't think I should.
Mediocre Johnny Depp movie, and I also don't like The Artist.
I think if I don't do that, if I do this, I give the movie, Justin's going to flip his crap. And
I'll-
not.
I'll give it to you for this.
Ooh.
Okay.
Fine.
We do the ranking first, and then you say what else was
Okay,
up for
sure.
grabs.
Who's
I
for
give it
the
to
art-
Rango because at least it's better.
Yeah, I agree. I give it to Rango.
Rango's cool.
Hmm.
I agree that I think both categories could have had.
So, best
Different
picture
option, but,
films of that year: The Artist, The Descendants, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, The Help, Hugo,
Yeah.
Midnight in Paris, Moneyball,
Ooh.
The Tree of Life, and Warhorse.
I'd give it to
Moneyball?
Warhorse.
I
Moneyball
would give it
didn't
to
win?
Moneyball.
I'd give it to
Also,
Warhorse.
Yeah.
animated feature: Rango, A Cat in Paris, Chico and Rita, Kung Fu Panda 2, and the original Puss in Boots.
Kung Fu Panda 2 is pretty
Puss in
dang
Boots.
awesome.
Better than Rango.
And the original Puss in Boots doesn't deserve that because it was good, but it wasn't that good. But
All right.
yeah, it's
Finally, I could give it to the best picture over the
yeah, definitely.
Argo.
Argo.
Argo's
Next
a great
Argo.
movie.
Next year.
I can't do this. I can't do this one.
Wow.
I mean, so do we want to take away the Oscar from black people and give it to the most white movie, you know, because of snow? Or do we say Frozen is better because, well, yeah.
I will go with.
Frozen
I
changed
think
the
12 Years a
world.
Slave.
The
I will
points-
go with either Wolf of Wall Street or Gravity should have won that year, and that's my comment.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should
Ooh.
just speak
That's a
about the
strong
next
comment.
year. I think we should speak about the next year and
Let's
just
skip
let this
2014.
go.
I don't
Yeah. I
hate
agree with
either
that.
of these movies, but okay.
No, they're
2015,
both great.
Birdman.
No, I think they're both great movies. Let's be clear here.
Oh,
it's just
They're
weird.
fantastic movies.
It's
Oh, no,
just
I
a weird
agree.
thing of like, Frozen is the one that's like, you know, less painful to watch. And when I say painful, I mean intentionally painful.
But in all honesty, Justin,
Mhm.
Frozen is the same
But Frozen
vibe
also
that
changed the world.
is right. But Frozen is the same vibe that Kung Fu that Trek did, right? We still talk about Frozen to this day.
Yeah, that's a big deal. 12 Years a Slave is really, really moving. So this one actually is a tough one for me to compare.
It's also the movie where Samuel L. Jackson had to tell Leonardo DiCaprio to be more mean and more racist because he didn't want to do it in the first place.
Right.
No,
No?
Leo
Which
was
one?
not in 12 Years a Slave.
Dun dun
Was
dun.
Oh no, that's Django Unchained. My bad.
Yeah, I was about to say. Very wrong.
I always
Okay,
mistake those.
2015.
Birdman.
Question here: is Big Hero 6 the same as Baymax?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, Baymax is also the name of a Disney Plus spin-off miniseries that came out like a year or
Yeah,
two
but the
ago.
character, I think, and the movie in Germany, it's called Baymax.
Yeah, I mean, this movie originated Baymax, at least theatrically.
I would go with Birdman here.
Birdman.
Yeah, me too.
Inside Out. Inside Out.
Oh.
Inside Out. Don't you owe me, Cameron? It's Inside Out.
No, Spotlight's a great film.
Yeah,
What
but
is it
Inside Out's
about?
one of the best films.
It's about the Boston Globe uncovering the child pedophilia ring that was happening in the Catholic Church in Boston and in the area.
Inside Out.
Oh.
And
Inside Out.
Spotlight was a great
Inside
movie
Out.
with some great performances. I do got to say, Inside Out is an amazing film. I cannot decide on this one.
Great film versus one of the best films. Come on, I mean.
Didn't I find the? Wait a second. Let me read you the German title for Inside Out.
Oh no, it's not great. It's not great. It's Everything in My Head. And if you
No, it's even longer than that. It's Wut, Angst, Freude, Ekel, Kummer, alles steht Kopf. So it's it's anger, fear, anger, anxiety, happiness, disgust, and
joy. Yeah,
Kummer isn't joy. Yeah, it names 5 emotions, and then it's everything's heads turned, something like that. Yeah, but basically, yeah. Zootopia.
I'm Zootopia.
Zootopia, yay!
La La Land should have won Best Picture, but it's different.
Can't wait for part 2.
La La Land did not win Best Picture? No, it didn't.
No, that was the big controversy that year where they brought out the wrong envelope.
Yeah.
Moonlight's really good, but I like Zootopia more. Coco. And honestly, Shape of Water I really, really like as well. But Coco.
I've never seen the movie.
Yeah, I've never seen that one either.
Spider-Man.
This is such an easy one.
Spider-Man,
Book.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
Green Book, I hated the movie.
Spider-Verse.
You hated Spider-Man Spider-Verse?
I didn't like the art style at all.
Okay,
We're gonna
move on.
grow
Uh,
up.
Parasite.
Yeah,
Parasite.
I've never seen Parasite.
Question: now that we have the same franchise twice at least, Toy Story 4 better than 3?
I actually have not seen Toy Story 4, so I can't
Have-
I'd say the best are 2 and 3, but 4 is really good as well. But Parasite is Parasite. Come on, I give it to Parasite.
Soul.
Ooh, no.
I didn't see Nomadland.
I hated Nomadland.
Soul
I
is
have
a
such a
Why
big
banger.
problem
hate
with
it?
this movie. I do not
Is
like
it
it.
just,
I
like,
find
slow
it
and
boring
boring?
and
Did we watch it
slow,
together?
and it's not. No, I watched it by myself. I did not like this movie.
I
I
just
don't
love the
think it was
meaning
that
behind the
well
movie.
made. No, there is no meaning behind this movie.
Yes, there is.
No,
It's
there
a
isn't.
lifestyle. Yes, there is, Cameron. It's the lifestyle of being a nomad, of living that like carefree.
It's not even a good. It's not even a film that did the documentary with narrative elements thing well. Like I know better movies that did that. No,
I
do not
agree
like
with you
this
with that
movie.
one. I agree.
I
with
do not
that
like
one.
this movie. Also, there were so many other movies that were better that year, and
He couldn't name a single one.
Yeah,
The Sound
the
of
Trial of Chicago
Metal.
7.
The daughter or father, the father.
Minari, of course.
Oh,
I only know them because this was the Otterson year, so some of the names stuck with me.
This one's actually kind of hard.
Encanto's a banger.
I haven't
let me be
watched
clear.
Coda.
I think Coda. I think Coda's really good.
I
but
haven't
Encanto
watched it
is
because
a
if it's an
banger.
Apple original, I haven't watched any of that. So
I would go with Encanto, I think, on this one.
I would say
Yeah,
Encanto's
me
the
too.
best Disney animated film in the last many years.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah,
Hands down.
I think
no
I-
questions
Everything
asked.
Everywhere All at Once.
I think Pinocchio is great. Everything Everywhere All at Once is one of the best movies ever. So
is it? That's the Guillermo del
Yes.
Toro Pinocchio, right?
No,
yeah,
correct.
no, definitely not that one.
I
Yeah.
think it's really good. But also that's the Last Wish year, so it's a little salty.
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer versus Across the Spider-Verse. Interesting.
No.
Oppenheimer.
No.
Dustin trying to change history.
Come
Yeah,
on.
definitely Oppenheimer.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think I like
Boy
these
in
two.
the Hair, and I feel like
I like these two about equally. I think.
love
Spider-Man
The Boy in the
Across-
Heron.
Spider-Man in
Across was this
Across
year.
the Spider-Verse should have won
Across-
Best Animated.
That it was
Yes.
so amazing. But
The Boy in the Heron
if it's
was
between
really
these
good.
two, like
That should have won, in my opinion.
easily. But these two, I don't know. Both of them are like this is really good. That's. I think Ratatouille should have won this year.
Yeah, I think your mom's right, Cameron.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm doing the Italian like hand. But here we are.
You know, I'm just asking myself right now, either your mom's comment took so long to pop up, or we are so much behind for the viewers / listeners
Or she
that they're
paused at some
still
points. You never
on
know.
Ratatouille.
I think there is usually like a 1 to 2 minute delay.
Yeah, but that's like 10 minutes ago.
Mike?
All
I
right,
don't
so
know.
I think what we've. Oh, okay. We'll get the final vote. Do we vote on that? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
From these two,
Oppenheimer.
from these two, I think
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer wins it. From those two, but I think Spider-Verse might have deserved it more, and I think Oppenheimer was
does,
great,
but,
but I think there was a better Best Picture film.
So
I
I
know
think
Blasphemous,
we've learned
but-
from this experiment, and this was not my expectation going in that we'd all be in agreement on this. That every year, on average, the animated feature is better than the Best Picture winner.
And what do we learn from that? If we just let AI make movies, we can make good things without needing real actors.
I'm glad that
That's
some
so bad.
conclusions are a bit
That's
of a
so bad.
reach, but we should respect everyone's
Should we though, Justin?
opinion.
Should we respect that one?
That's
Should we
not my
really-
opinion.
should we really like? Is that something that we
I
can?
think
we
the
need to respect?
takeaways may be
I
something
think
more.
there are opinions that we can talk about that are just wrong.
I think
Like
maybe
things like racism and that AI can do good things.
That's very
and
valid.
take over our jobs. So like,
You
know
want to
what?
say AI products are as worse as racism?
I think
Yes.
the more
In
natural.
that
Don't talk
context,
that
yes.
bad. Don't talk that bad about your uni stuff, man. No jokes.
I think the more
Uni stuff?
natural
What?
takeaway here is something more in the line of maybe if something is nominated for best animated feature, there's a good chance it should also be nominated for best picture in general.
I agree with
It
that.
shouldn't be a segregated category for some bizarre reason, despite the fact that it's still filmmaking.
Also, so and here's the other thing, right? I think that we should also let animated films be nominated for other things instead of just
Yeah.
best animated feature, best
I think-
score, and best song.
I
I think we can talk about
think,
directing. I think we can talk about
Score,
like
score often is incredible.
well, score often is nominated, right? And oft sometimes does win.
Across the Spider-Verse was not nominated for score, despite being one of the best scores in any movie in a very long time.
Like Up was one best score. While I was looking through some of the nominated films, like some of them did win best score.
Yeah, but it happens less and less frequently.
And the other thing that I would say about it is how do I say that sorry that right now the best animated feature the film goes to the directors. It looks like. Does it also go to the producers? I don't know, but we should split up the animated feature and the directing. We should let them have best director, be able to be nominated for best director. Best screenplay should also be something that we need to talk about with animated
Cameron, how do we
films.
get you to be in charge of how this works?
This is how the world
I
works.
first need to
How the world works.
Well, also editing should be talked about.
I think
Yeah,
viewers,
editing should
if
be
you
talked
think
about.
Cameron should be in charge
Sound.
of the Oscars, comment down below saying, "Go Cameron."
If
And-
you think it should
and
be a Cameron Award,
Oh, jeez.
Ooh. Wait a second, we could have a little award
Ooh,
show.
I like that.
Cameron.
All right, guys. Well,
I can't wait for you to organize this for us.
We could
Not
start
right
our own
now.
award show.
Maybe it should be
Mhm.
an award show.
the one final thing that we need to talk about before
Not
we
right
have to
now.
go, Anthony, you are supposed to choose a movie for next week. I sadly will not be here in 2 weeks. I'm going to be on a writer's retreat.
Anthony, I need you to pick the most fun movie
That's
possible for Cameron to miss
we
out.
need to do what we can with our freedom while Cameron isn't here.
Oh, there's now. I picked
Transformers.
Sisu. SISU. You
What?
want me to do Transformers?
No.
I could do a
please
new
don't.
Transformers movie. We could do that.
No, as long as it's
I
the
was gonna
second.
do- you know,
No.
I was gonna do Painkillers or Sisu.
What do you want to watch?
I don't know
what
what I'm
do
saying.
you,
Sorry,
what,
SISU.
what are you in the mood
Sisu?
to
Alright.
view?
Yeah,
Okay.
Sisu.
Shisu.
And so it is.
it's by John. I don't know if you guys like John Wick. If you guys aren't John Wick fans, it's like a John Wick movie. It's
And just in 2 weeks will be your last episode until after the break. After your tour.
I might be able to get one more after that in. Wait, I got to look at a calendar.
It's the 9th, and then I think it's the 20-something.
9. Oh, no, the 8th, and then the 22nd. I think I could do the 22nd as well.
It's the 9th and the 23rd.
Oh, I'm looking at September. Shoot, instead of
It's the
June.
9th and 23rd.
I think I can make that work.
Okay.
But we gotta wrap.
We gotta wrap this up. All right, guys. Hope you guys had a fun time. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
So long, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Sweet dreams.